Am I the a-hole for canceling my daughter's therapy because she has bad grades? My daughter, 14, had anxiety problems ever since she was little, but it was not severe. 3 months ago, my daughter changed drastically. She stopped eating, talking to us or her friends, and her marks dropped. We were really concerned, and her teachers strongly suggested we take her to therapy, which we did, and she was diagnosed with severe depression and social anxiety, which was expected. The therapy sessions looked like they helped her well. In the first month she already began making progress and started talking to us and her friends again, and is eating whatever her mother is cooking. We were really happy to see this, and every day she would get better and better. The thing is, her marks did not. They are terrible, and she ended up barely passing the year. This is what infuriated me and made me cancel her therapy sessions. I know to some it might sound terrible, but paying $120 per session and seeing no progress in her marks makes me feel like I am seriously wasting my money, now that she returned back to normal. Not only that, but since she really enjoys going to therapy, I think telling her that she needs to get higher marks to continue her therapy sessions will motivate her to study harder and thus score better marks. My wife disagrees with my logic, and we had a massive argument because of it, which ended up with her saying that she is going to pay from her money, which hurt me since I see my and her money as ours. My daughter is also really upset on me and was begging me to keep her therapy sessions, but I think I am going to stick to this plan. Am I the a-hole here? Comments. You cancelled your daughter's therapy that was helping her because her grades were bad? And you think she'll do better and improve her grades now? Yes, YTA. Uppy. Not sure if this is a rhetorical question, but if not, then yes. Although I would add that I didn't just stop it because her grades were bad, but also because she already returned back to her normal state. Comment. YTA. When my depression developed during my second year at university, my grades plunged. Bad. I'm an honors, straight A student and started failing several tests. I've been in therapy for a year and a half now, and it's the best thing I've ever done for myself. The reason she's opening up and becoming more social is likely a direct result of going to therapy. Progress takes time. It's very unrealistic to expect her to completely improve within 3 months of treatment. And the reality is, this will not motivate her to study more. She'll spiral back to where she was 3 months ago, and all progress she's made will be reverted. Put her back into therapy, please. Uppy. Wow, that has been a long time, and I must admit that I didn't know it can take that long. I'm happy to hear you got better. She actually did improve a lot, and is back to her normal state, except for her marks. If I see even a small sign that this process is getting reverted, then I will definitely put her back to therapy. Thank you for your comment, and good luck. Comment. Info. Would you withhold chemotherapy sessions if she had cancer? FYI. Both illnesses could kill her. Uppy. Of course not. Comment. Then why would you withhold therapy? Uppy. Because she already got back to her normal state. I wouldn't have withhold it otherwise, even if her marks were kept the same. At this moment I am only paying for it because she enjoys going there. Not because she needs it, and if she wants this to continue she needs to get better marks. In short, it is no longer a necessity. Comment. So she's cured? Her therapist told you she's cured? Her severe depression and social anxiety are gone, completely? Uppy. To me she looks cured, but I haven't asked her therapist about it. Comment. You don't just get back to normal. Therapy is helping her maintain that positive mental state. Without it she could fall back into how she was. You clearly have no idea how depression works. Please speak to professionals yourself. Regardless, don't take something away from your child that is bettering her health. Health is not a privilege, even though America thinks it is. Uppy. Indeed, I am not that informed, and I will consider speaking to professional. Thanks. Comment. YTA WTF Uppy. This is so wrong and borderline abusive. It is time that mental health is taken seriously and that your daughter's issues are treated accordingly. Have you thought her grades are suffering likely because of everything she is struggling with? When I was her age and going through my own struggles with mental health, I missed so much school, but thankfully I had parents who prioritized my mental health. I am now a nursing student, and I wouldn't be where I am without having learned how to handle my mental health issues. Please educate yourself, Uppy, so you can get your daughter the best help available. Uppy. Alright, thank you. I will. Comment. YTA. Full stop. Taking away healthcare for grades isn't just an asshole move. It is negligence. By denying her therapy, you are just going to make things worse for her, possibly cause her to backslide into depression and make her see you as the enemy, since you see how therapy is helping her, but you are denying that to her. Under this logic, you keep her from getting chemo if she cancer or refuse her insulin if she had diabetes unless she got her grades up. Mental health care is no different from physical health care. Also good for your wife in standing up to you and saying no to your asshole decision. She is a good mom who is looking out for what is best for her child. Uppy. I am not trying to offend any person who has a mental illness, but this is honestly an unfair comparison. Cancer is a physical illness that if you don't treat will affect your body and most likely kill you. Depression and anxiety, on the other hand, are just feelings that could have been caused by many factors such as a traumatic experience or social factors such as social media, when you look at other people having it better than you, which gives you a feeling of sadness/depression. I am not saying you shouldn't treat these mental health issues if it gives you too many negative thoughts. All I am saying is that you are not doing a fair comparison. Edit. I apologize if I have offended anyone. Comment. It absolutely is a fair comparison. You obviously have been blessed with not experiencing some sort of mental illness and do not understand it. Please educate yourself. I know you love her, but you are going about this all wrong, man. Appropriate punishments for bad grades are like limiting electronic and friend time, not withholding medical treatment. You have to understand that you can't read minds, so just because someone seems okay it doesn't mean they're not struggling inside. Just like, say, people with a handicapped placard for their car that look like they're normal. Does that make sense to you? Uppy. I understand where you are coming from and we actually have the same opinion, it's just that you misunderstood me. My daughter already got treated, the reason why she still wants to go there is because she really likes her therapist, that's it, and I don't mind taking her there if her grades improve. I am not withholding anything. It's like punishing her by not letting her go to a friend anymore. Comment. Do you know how many people die from self-delete each year? Also, please do some research. You know nothing about what depression or anxiety is. It isn't just feeling sad because other people's lives are better. It is chemical imbalance in your brain, it is a physical illness in your brain. Oopie. Which is why it should be treated if it becomes this severe. There is still a difference between dying by your own hands and dying from a physical disease as cancer. Comment. Yet you won't get your daughter treatment for severe depression. Oopie. I am sure my daughter doesn't have self-delete thoughts, and as I have already mentioned, she returned back to normal. Comment. It needs to be treated now. Holy shat, why would you wait until she is suicidal to help her? Treating stage 1 cancer is far easier than stage 4. It's the same with mental illness. Oopie. Yes, it needs to be treated, and it did. Where did I say it didn't get treated? Comment. YTA. Let me spell out how this will play out for you if you cancel her therapy. I was depressed when I was 14. I ended up making 2 attempts on my life, and narrowly avoided dying the second time. My mother immediately got me into therapy, and about a year later, things were much improved, but I still struggle with depression and, at times, self-delete thoughts. My point is this, I got better because, despite my slipping grades, what was most important to my mother was me. As a person. If you take away your daughter's therapy, there is a good chance she could end up attempting, and succeeding. And if you think that your daughter's depression isn't that bad, then I'd be willing to bet you aren't watching her closely enough. So if you're willing to bet her life, go ahead and pull the therapy. But a funeral will be a lot more expensive than $120 per week. Oopie. I am glad you got better. Indeed, I am not informed and shouldn't have made comments about it. Update. I deeply apologize for my ignorant replies and for hurting so many people. Please know that I had no intention in offending anyone, and it was so upsetting to see how mental illness has affected many of you. I hope you guys can overcome this one day. I have talked to my wife and her therapy sessions will continue.